Today I voted to impeach President Donald Trump, consistent with my promise to defend the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. It's now up to the Senate to conduct a trial to decide whether the president should be removed from office. The facts are not disputed. The president withheld nearly $400 in foreign aid and a White House meeting from Ukraine in order to force the president of Ukraine to investigate one of the president's political rivals. There is no counter-narrative. He pressured Ukraine to interfere in the 2020 elections, just as the Mueller report showed his campaign cooperated with Russia when it interfered in our 2016 elections. That is an abuse of power. It was the very type of thing our founders worried about when they put impeachment into the Constitution. The president also obstructed Congress by refusing to allow witnesses to testify. Now, he was not exercising a privilege over particular evidence or testimony. He's just saying Congress can't have the information. This is unprecedented and a violation of Congress's right to oversight and our separation of powers. Many have lamented that this effort is not bipartisan, but that's on my Republican colleagues. I've had enough of the both sides rhetoric that characterizes today's punditry and journalism. Republicans have excused Trump's crimes or pretended they didn't happen. Republicans have not sought the truth. They have sought to avoid it. They have demeaned and insulted witnesses, patriots, warriors, career diplomats who have provided evidence against President Trump. No House Republican has joined us to demand the documents or witnesses that Trump has refused to produce, even as they complain the record is thin. And Senate Republicans leaders have announced that Trump himself can set the rules of his own trial and that they won't call fact witnesses. Now, I believe the president's actions warrant removal from office very clearly, but we could have an honest debate about that. But what's not up for debate is what happened or whether it's wrong. This is historically criminal behavior. It's unpatriotic. Republicans say they want to avoid impeachment, but what real choice do they give us? This conduct can't go unanswered, and Republicans refuse to seek the truth and condemn the abuse of power to prevent it from happening again in the future, and that's the tragedy of today's events. In our nation's history, thousands of Americans have gone into battle to fight for our democracy, for our republic, and those young people served without reservation as they still do today. Many were gravely injured, and some made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. In contrast, today, for fear of losing an election, my Republican colleagues will not speak up for the rule of law, and they will not speak against presidential abuse of power. Those who don't actively excuse the behavior will remain silent and cowardly. Voters may give them a pass, but history will judge them harshly.